Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to talk about witches jars or witches bottles. I make mine a little bit differently. They all tend to be a bit smaller. That's for a couple of reasons. The main reason being is because I dig my bottles up from cellar holes, so beggars can't be choosers, as the old phrase goes. I am not at liberty to pick out what I want. I have to take what is offered to me. That being said, these bottles are vintage and can be anywhere from 100 to 200 years old, which is awesome. The other thing I do for my iron nails is, like the jars, I salvage the old iron handmade nails from the cellar holes in the houses, and I use those to put right in the bottles. As a pagan, I really wholeheartedly believe in finding your medicine in nature. I don't buy altar cloths. I don't buy colored candles. I dip my own candles and I make them, and if they need to be colored, then I'll color them. I think a big part of the spirituality is the connection you feel with your object, so it's just something that's super important to me. The way that I top these is I make each individual little candle, and you have to make them individually because the tops of the bottles are not always the same size. And you can do a couple of things. You can melt it down right away and close it, and then do what's more traditionally done and bury your item into the ground. Or you can use the bottle as a sigil and burn the candle down and allow the flame to charge the medicine that's inside the bottle, and then you could actually keep it with you. I like to do that because as a vendor, I travel a lot. I'm hardly ever home in the summer, and this way, instead of bringing everything to make every bottle with me in case I run into some trouble, I can just bring one of these little witch jars to go and keep it in my car with me, and I'm all set. The first thing you're going to want to do is pick out your bottles so you know what size your candle stopper needs to be. You want your candle to fit snugly in the hole but to not fall through. Making the candles is a bit of a process, but it's oddly satisfying to watch the candle grow and change shape. Okay, once we have a candle that fits nicely in the top of our bottle, we want to start filling the bottle with the medicines that we've chosen. Generally speaking, every bottle gets an iron nail or an evil eye to ward off the evil eye. So I always put one nail in every bottle that I make. If the intention of my bottle is specifically to ward off evil, then I'll put many nails, and usually a multitude of sizes as well. After that, we can start stuffing our bottle with herbs. Some people use black salts, white salts, and crystals and stuff like that. I tend to work more with herbs because, like I mentioned earlier, I really believe in going and foraging for your medicine. I don't like the idea of going to the grocery store and buying it. I think if you can have a connection with your object, then it's just going to make your medicine that much stronger. So for me today, I chose chamomile, peppermint, and rose. I chose chamomile because it is helpful in building strong bonds, specifically with friendships, healthy, long-lasting friendships. I have a personality disorder, and sometimes it gets in my way of that. So it's something that bothers me a lot. It's a little discouraging because I can't help it, but I don't necessarily want to live like that either. So we'll stuff a little chamomile in there and maybe I'll make a friend. The next herb that I chose is peppermint. Peppermint is supposed to jolt you back into yourself. It is supposed to be the metaphorical slap in the face that you need to get grounded again. And where I have the personality disorder, I often become detached. So maybe this will be helpful for me. And the last herb that I chose was rose, and that's literally rose flakes. I chose rose because they're supposed to represent and be helpful for self-healing, specifically with trauma. And we all have gone through trauma, especially with the last year or two. After you have all your dry components in a jar, you then want to put a liquid in it. Some people actually urinate in their jars. That's a really small hole. If you want to try to, be my guest, but nope. So I actually just have some lavender infused oil. I'm using the lavender infused oil instead of adding lavender actually into my bottle. Lavender, as we all know, is just good for promoting calmness and a relaxing atmosphere. So we'll put a little bit of oil in there. Now let's talk about how many things can we put in our bottle. In theory, you can put a lot of things in your bottle, but I find the more condensed your thought or your intention is, the better it will be. So I generally stick to 3 ingredients or less, and if I need to use more than that, then I'll make a second or a third bottle. After you have everything you need in your jar, you can put your candle back on, grab your lighter and give her a light. And like I mentioned earlier, you can either let it melt just a little bit to create a cap and keep it closed, or you can let it melt all the way down and let the fire charge your medicine and then keep the bottle with you. I hope you enjoyed making a witch's jar today, and if you tried one yourself, let me know in the comments how did it work out for you and what did you put in it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.